Avoiding repeating history in relationships where they've ended in divorce or the end of a committed long-term relationship. You want the pain to stop. You want to move on. You want to be more settled. But a lot of people say to me, but I repeat history. I've seen patterns in my relationships, or I'm just worried that that the same thing is going to happen again. So they get quite caught up in the fear and the worry of wanting a relationship, but worrying that they're going to simply repeat it again, or that somebody's going to cheat on them again, or it's not going to work out. And that's a really uncomfortable place to be. But my one tip would be, in order to avoid repeating history, the key is going to be to take a really close look at the person that you are starting the next chapter in your life with. And that, of course, is you. It's not that you've done anything wrong. It's likely that there are some understandings about yourself, about judgments, opinions, beliefs, whatever, that you haven't really explored and haven't seen the impact that they may be having on your relationships and on your life. So it's important to be open, and that's always the key, is to be open-minded and to say, well, what could I have done differently? What do I bring to the table in a relationship? What judgments, beliefs, opinions do I hold about people? Because everybody brings their own particular baggage, if you like, or patterns of behaviour or expectations that they may never have questioned. And what I'm saying is, if you want to avoid repeating history, the best thing you can do is to start questioning every judgment, every opinion, every belief that you have, and seeing whether, is it really true, or did I take those opinions on from my parents, my carers, from difficult situations I experienced, and the only way I knew to deal with it was this way, and so I've carried on doing that. It's about just breaking down all those judgments and opinions and seeing whether they really still hold true and if they're serving us. One of the key things that people often say as well when they're coming out of a relationship where they've been very much a couple is, who am I? Because suddenly they find themselves an individual instead of a couple, and their life experiences are so different that they're not quite sure who they are anymore. And what I would say is, you are the most significant person in your world. You're the person you spend the most time with, and you have value, and you need to know that you have value, and you need to get to the point where you know that you actually deserve respect. And when you come to any relationship, not just an intimate relationship, from that point of view, it's going to make a big difference as to the nature of that relationship. You're going to start to attract to you people who feel the same about themselves and can recognise that in you. So the key really to avoiding repeating history is to look at ourselves, it's not just about self-love, although that is absolutely important, but what does that mean? That the only reason I'm pausing on that is, it's like, well, what does it mean in practical terms? It means you care for yourself, you give yourself respect, you know where your boundaries are, you don't put others in front of you where it's going to cost you emotionally or psychologically or health-wise. Because when you know your value, life flows and you have more to give. And also it means that we don't try to rescue other people. We empower them by giving them the opportunity to discover themselves while we're looking at what we can do for ourselves. If you want to be loved and respected, you absolutely need to know who you are and to love and respect yourself, and be sure that you're able to do things for yourself and give yourself the priority in your own life that you deserve. And when you do that, you're attracting different people into your life, people who have those same values, and then history will not repeat itself, because it can't, because you're not going to attract into your life people. You're going to see those people for who they are, and eventually they just won't be there. So a few ideas on moving forward without that worry of repeating history, because you know confidently who you are, that you deserve respect, you deserve love, and you're prepared to give that a priority and to provide that for yourself.